Back, yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, sport events, and much, much more. Today I'm going to react to a video of one of the actors from the movie Eternals having a meltdown, and it backfires because that's all these cats do in Hollywood is attack fans. But before we get into that, let's give you a word from Dizzle in the group chat.
How we drinking? Me and my team, whenever we link up, they wanna be drink up. We sit down, relax, and have few glasses when there's things to think about. Like I'm nice with the boss when I tend to the bars, and I'm not talking drink ups. So tell the bartender that's tending the bar to please pass me a big cup up. And tell that waitress is waiting on us to put a little ice in it. Now watch the ice become weightless like the spaceships that I be sitting in. Now wait and listen, they're waiting for that tropical twist that'll tickle your taste buds. Now taste some. Yo, I insist, it's the Dizzle.
That's right. That's the Dizzle, and I love that beat and I love that song every time I hear it, man. From the great Chip Fool, Fushnickens. But enough for them. It's all about Dizzle right now. Dizzle is a premium luxury liqueur mixed with agave tequila, French cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Throw your Dizzle on ice, and it's nice. If you want to order your very own bottle or bottles of Dizzle Premium Luxury Liqueur, go to dizzlebrand.com, click on our locations, click on one of the top 3 website links. I recommend Emilio's Beverage. Below that is actual locations in California, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arkansas. And also, don't forget, you must be 21 and over, and shipping and handling is included when you order online. And don't forget the Dizzle brand merch as well. Go to dizzlebrand.com, click on merchandise store, or go to etsy.com, etsy.com/shop/Dizzle brand. That's etsy.com/shop/Dizzle brand. And take it from me, from a cat that's really a smoker, not a drinker. I believe in Dizzle 1,000%. All right, so let's get into it. This is the actor, the Indian actor from Eternals. And I think he's gonna have a meltdown because there's not enough. There's only white people playing villains in Hollywood. I thought that's what Hollywood's agenda was, is to make the white man the villain. Let's keep it moving though.
This has to be one of the most hilarious woke backfires that we have seen come out of Hollywood yet. This is the epitome of you reap what you sow, get woke, go broke. So actor Kumail Nanjiani is angry. Only white guys are playing villains these days. And it gets even more hilarious as he goes into an entire meltdown tirade over this entire thing. So Kumail Nanjiani was told people don't want to cast non-white actors as villains. The Eternals actor suggests progressive-minded Hollywood decision makers are limiting the kinds of roles that people of color can play. Like I said, this is a total backfire.
Yeah, let me, before he really gets into it, that's not what this is about. I'm telling you, this is about Hollywood's woke narratives. They want the white man playing the villain because apparently being white is the most evil thing to be. Nowadays, all white men are evil, they're the devil, they're white supremacists, they're racists, they're land stealers, and whatever else you can come up with. But let's keep it moving.
So let's get into this whole story here. Privileged, humorless, affirmative action recipient, and infamous Kumail Nanjiani is always crybabying about something. Now he's mad because Hollywood's understandably terrified that members of the woke Gestapo, like Kumail Nanjiani, will get upset if someone other than a white guy is cast as a villain. I think that Hollywood now, even though they're trying to be more diverse, is still weird, the actor says. The problem, Nanjiani wagers, is that good intentions can sometimes lead to misguided solutions. See, it's never good enough for these people. They want to live in a world that is so perfect in their eyes that it's completely unachievable and completely unrealistic.
I agree.
This is what happens when you grow up with the most privileged, self-entitled mentality that we have ever seen in the history of the
I
world.
agree.
That is exactly the type of people that Kamal is. If the bad guy is a brown guy, what message is that sending? And that's just as limiting as anything else. He says, I want to play more bad guys. I want to play more bad guys.
See, and that's the problem. Hollywood doesn't want to. It's like what they did with the Woman King. Like they said it's based on true events or true stories. It's based on a true tribe, a realistic tribe, but the events and the stories are not true because they put him out to be the hero in the movie. I think they're the Homie tribe, and the Homie tribe was actual slave traders and captured people and enslaved them, their own people. So yeah. But the movie portrays it as, oh, the white man came in and they're doing all the slaving and conquering. When it's not true, because the French is the one that had to force the Homie tribe to end slavery by basically going in and having a battle or war with them and fucking them up. So yeah, Hollywood doesn't. They want all white men to be painted as the evil villain, the devil, the racist white supremacist that we supposedly all are. Let's keep it moving.
But nobody wants to cast him because they're terrified. Everyone's walking on eggshells now in this new woke world that we're living in. And because they know that no matter what they do, there's going to be some sort of outrage from people like him. Nanjiani would like a career as varied as his Marvel stablemate Sebastian Stan, who can flip from superhero to serial killer. Nanjiani watched Fresh, in which Stan plays a charming organ-harvesting cannibal. He does these big Marvel movies, and then he'll play a psychopath. I was told that's going to be hard because people don't want to cast non-white people as bad guys.
Huh, go figure. All this is doing is proving my point.
The ultimate self-own. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. And I don't feel bad for these people. I don't feel bad for people like Kamal who can't get roles as as villains because people in Hollywood don't want to cast him as such. I'm sorry this is happening to you. Say what it's like crying yourself to sleep on a bed made of gold and Kleenex made of $1 million bills at night. You know, these anti-art Nazis have been running around for years, decades really, whining about typecasting, which has always been a lie. In popular culture, straight white guys have almost always been either the villain or the arch villain behind the black or brown villains. But now the woke McCarthyism, a religion Nanjiani spreads like Elmer Gantry on meth, has made movies and TV so predictable that skin color and sexual orientation automatically tell us who's virtuous and who's not. Now that Elmer and Nanjiani got everything he wished for, he's still crybabying. What do you want? You have everyone terrified. If they dare ask you to play a villain, they have to worry, and not without cause, that they will end up in your Twitter blacklist barrel. 110%. You've brought this on yourself, Kamal.
You know what? Let me chime in. I think he said earlier, it's just, once you go woke, you can never be woke enough. Woke eats woke. It's just, you can never, you got to keep moving further and further and further out once you go woke. You know, it's just never enough. And like this, the reason, like I'm telling you, the reason they want to cast only white people as villains because they want to portray all white people in society as the only villains. You know, we're the only bad guys. We're the only people capable of doing evil. And so it fits their woke narrative. But then once again, once you go woke, none of these people are never woken up. They got to keep pushing the boundaries further and further and further. Change the narrative, change the definition of things, you know, just to push it further and further. Yeah, man. These people get what they ask for. Like, when I want to be, you know, when it comes time for me to watch entertainment, I don't want to be fucking lectured and shamed into have to be entertained. Like when Bros does, like if a single straight white heterosexual male like me doesn't go watch Bros, you want to try to shame me. You know, that movie isn't made for me. And if it was at least, it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's not even funny. If it was at least remotely funny, I might would watch it. Funny is funny. I don't care who you are. Funny is funny. Entertaining is entertaining. You know, when it meets my interests of what I like for entertainment, which is usually a real good movie, real good TV show, NBA or NFL, or some good music. It doesn't matter what genre, good music, you know. So, but you don't like, I don't see musicians like shaming, like rappers shaming people, and like, you know, just because you like lyrical hip hop, and if you don't go listen to my basic rap music, you know, you're a rapophobe. You're a basic rapper phobe. You know, it's like this shit is just getting so out of hand and so ridiculous. You know, once again, I'll thank y'all for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast.